Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. Alright, man, check this out. Here we go again with this bullshit about Floyd and black fighters and all that type of shit. Look, here's the thing. This is my honest take on Floyd Mayweather. I've said this before, and I will say this again. I don't know how many times I gotta say this shit. Despite how I feel about Floyd as a person and a man, Floyd the boxer, in my eyes, over a 20-year career, is at least in the top 5 of the best that ever did it. And I will debate anybody over that. Straight up. Real talk. I mean, it gets to the point to where we try to find holes in his resume and try to critique his career and all this stupid shit about him not fighting certain type of black fighters that was a threat to him. Well, that's bullshit. Because all you got to do is look at his resume and look how many Hall of Famers he fought. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. Diego Corrales should be in a boxing Hall of Fame. I don't think he was first ballot, but he should be in there by now because Arturo Gatti getting in the boxing Hall of Fame and on the first ballot, that was ludicrous, but nevertheless, he got in there on the first ballot. Now, we can debate about that pretty much forever. But keep in mind, Floyd fought Diego Corrales when he was knocking every motherfucking body out. See, a lot of you motherfuckers on YouTube, and I have to say this and put emphasis on this, a lot of you motherfuckers are full of shit. You going by what you heard a couple of other motherfuckers say, so that's where you base your opinion. I saw Floyd's fucking career. I saw him in the Olympics. I saw him when he made his boxing debut. I followed his career. He was an all-time great. See, when you actually... See, it's a difference between watching shit on YouTube and actually seeing these fights. Like I said, I was at the Jose Chavez fight in San Francisco, California at the Bill Graham Auditorium when he beat Jose Chavez when he was behind on the cards. And when he fought Diego Corrales, an undefeated monster that everybody was afraid of. This motherfucker was knocking everybody and their mama out. Floyd was the underdog in that fight. So I don't want to hear that shit about he didn't take no fucking chances. He took 49 fucking chances. Every time he fought, there is always the possibility of an upset. There's no such thing as knowing you can beat anybody. So when I hear people say that, I think it's bullshit to a certain degree. Now, there is people that you think you got a good chance of beating, because if that's the case, Manny Pacquiao sure fought a lot of motherfuckers that he thought he could beat. So you sure y'all want to go that route? Because it's amazing, and it kind of bothers me how I hear sometimes black dudes attack Floyd as far as his resume go, but then they give Manny Pacquiao a pass. Because Manny Pacquiao didn't fight the best black fighters out there at all. And then when he tried to fight black fighters, he fought black fighters that didn't have no punching power via Timothy Bradley, or a black fighter that was coming off a loss, you know, in a draw, Sugar Shane Mosley. You know, so we can do that. Okay, so if that's the case, you want to play that, well, Floyd didn't fight any good black fighters, then you want to go down Sugar Ray Leonard's resume? How he didn't want to fight Iran Barkley? How he didn't want to fight Simon Brown? How he refused to fight Mike McCallum? How he didn't want to fight Donald Curry? Okay. So if that's the case, Floyd ducking good black fighters, then so does Sugar Ray Leonard. You know, Julian the Hawk Jackson, Jared McCullough. Sugar Ray Leonard could have fought all those dudes, but he didn't want to because he kept playing that retirement game. So, y'all need to stop it with that shit. You know, in boxing, unfortunately, this goes on forever. Some of the fights we want to see, for whatever reason, they don't get made. You know, that's just how boxing goes. We always wanted to see certain fights happen, but they never could happen. I wanted to see Mike Tyson versus Riddick Bowe. Never happened. And then by the time he fought Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson was a shell of himself. Then not to mention Lennox Lewis sued Mike Tyson to get that fight when Mike Tyson told Lennox Lewis, give me one more tune-up fight and I'll be ready. And Lennox Lewis sued Mike Tyson and he forced Mike Tyson to take that fight. And I was kind of pissed at Lennox Lewis for years about that shit because I was a big Mike Tyson fan at the time and I felt that was some chicken shit that Lennox Lewis did. He took advantage of a situation. So, you know, it is what it is. I wanted to see Lennox Lewis versus Riddick Bowe. We got to understand that's just how boxing goes. We can't just sit up there and pick on one particular black fighter because we mad at certain shit he did and said, because that's where a lot of this shit come from. Floyd's resume is solid as fuck. And you can't dispute that everybody has fought tomato cans. That just happens. Muhammad Ali fought a string of tomato cans, you know, after he retained the title. So everybody does it. I mean, cut the shit, because it gets nerve-wracking after a while. If you don't fucking like Floyd, that's fine, man, but don't sit up there and try to discredit the man. And keep in mind, Floyd called out all, because we love to say Floyd didn't fight this dude or didn't fight that dude. Because keep in mind, he called out Costa Zoo. He called out all them motherfuckers. He called out Sugar Shane Mosley. He called out Oscar De La Hoya. I mean, you know, that's one of the things that Cokeface tries to base his channel off of, trying to say who Floyd should have fought but didn't fight. Because, you know, a lot of people try to cling on to that Margarito shit. You know, Mr. I'm putting shit in my gloves. Floyd would have beat the shit out of Margarito, with or without those loaded gloves. And then when Floyd would have stretched his ass, then people would have said, oh, Margarito wasn't that good anyway. So you can't win. Keep in mind, boxing is a fucking business. We already know boxing is race-oriented anyway to begin with. You will make more money fighting somebody that's not the same race as you versus fighting somebody that's the same race as you in certain situations. It's been that way forever. Some of the biggest fights in boxing history have been blacks versus another race. Whether it come down to Joe Louis versus Max Melling and, you know, guys like that. You know, Jake LaMotta, you know, and the dude, and Sugar Ray Robinson and all those dudes. You know, so it always comes down to that. So don't try to make it look like race don't play a part in boxing. Why do you think everybody be hyping up that fraud Triple G? Because he, like I said, beats up these garbage can, mediocre black and Mexican fighters. Boxing has always been race-oriented. We know that. Floyd got his biggest payday ever fighting a motherfucker that wasn't black. So how you gonna tell me that? How you gonna, as Coach would say, explain that? He made the most money ever in one night. He made more money in one night than some boxers make their whole fucking career fighting for 10, 15, 20 years. He made that in one fucking night. Fighting somebody just because they was another race. That's what Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather was all about. It was, I say it was 25%, you know, the matchup and the styles, but it was 75% race. And we gotta keep it 100. Boxing is a fucking business. You guys should know that by now. Okay? It's like it get to the point to where, damn, I get kind of tired of explaining this shit to y'all. But like I said, I'm not excusing Floyd's behavior. Like I said, he fought Zav Zuda. They wanted him to fight Zav Zuda when he came off that loss. You know, the Caldwell Carlos Boldemir. Floyd went and fought him. Then he fought Boldemir next. And keep in mind, the funny part about it was some people was picking Boldemir to beat Floyd. So I don't want to hear that shit about he didn't take risks because that's a crock of shit and he didn't fight good quality black fighters. Because Floyd was calling out all them motherfuckers. Do I need to put together a tape when he called out all them dudes, whether they was black or not? Because like I said, a lot of these motherfuckers try to say he ducked damn, what's that dude's name? The dude that beat Zabzu, Costazu. Floyd called them all out. Costazu, Prince Nazim Ahmed, he called all them motherfuckers out. Every last one of them, and none of them wanted to fight Floyd. So, cut the shit. And even if he would have fought some of the boxers that you wanted him to fight, he more than likely would have beat him. Floyd would have beat Keith Thurman if they would have fought. He definitely would have beat Amir Khan. He would have beat Sean Porter. He would have beat them all because they just wasn't as good as he was. But anyway, man, you know, I just had to put that out there, man, because after a while, man, this shit kind of gets stupid after a while, man. But real talk, man, how many times I gotta tell you, man, I know this boxing shit, man. I told you I ain't no nigga that started watching this fucking boxing shit, you know what I'm saying, in 2012 like a lot of these motherfuckers did. Because a lot of these motherfuckers that started their channel, these motherfuckers under 30 and shit, and they could base their opinion based off other motherfuckers, man. Like I said, I saw the greatest of the greatest fight. You know, I saw Muhammad Ali towards the tail end of his career. I remember watching his fight with Larry Holmes. I remember watching his final fight with Trevor Burbick. I saw Larry Holmes. I'm talking about I saw Larry Holmes at his peak. I saw some of the greatest. I saw Sugar Ray Leonard fight. I saw Roberto Duran. I saw all those dudes fight. Salvador Sanchez. All those dudes. Ricardo Lopez. I saw the best of the best fight. I saw him fight live before this YouTube shit. So I know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's cool that you listen to these boxing channels, but it's a difference between seeing a fight when it first happened versus seeing the shit on YouTube. It doesn't have the same impact. Like I said, I was there. I mean, not literally in Japan, but I remember Mike Tyson and Buster Douglas. I saw it live when it first happened. Worst fucking day of my life. Because I was a huge Mike Tyson fan. I saw Mildred Taylor, Julio Cesar Chavez 1 live when it first happened. Heartbroken. I saw that shit. So all these fights that y'all talk about, I saw Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagner when it first happened. I saw all that shit. Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas Hearns. I remember that shit and I was shit little as fuck. But as I said before, I got knowledge of this shit, man. You know, so don't come on here trying to give me some kind of toolage about boxing, because you can't tell me shit, especially if you like fucking 25 and your motherfucking ass just started your YouTube channel 2 years ago and you started watching boxing in 2011 based off old fights that you seen on YouTube. Like I said, I saw most of these fucking fights live when it first happened. I'm out.